Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update show for Monday, August 26th. Yes, it's a Monday. The adults are firing up a work week. It is 10:30, and here we go. Got another week coming. As I mentioned yesterday in the show on Sunday, it is a big week. Lots to get through. Lots of issues I think that need to be resolved because we got some players that need to go out, got some players that need to come in, and we're going to talk about that. But today, I want to talk about Paul Mullen. As you can see on there, it says the Paul Spark with the Paul Spark because he did come off the bench yesterday and got us about 15, 20 minutes. And Parkinson talked about his level up and how it helps out the team mentality coming back in the game. So we're going to talk about that. But that coming out today too, I don't think that makes a difference. We still need to go and get another striker, much to everyone's possibly chagrin, but we got to do it. There's some things that need to be sorted out, which was on the show yesterday about people moving out, moving in. There's a lot of business that needs to be handled. So hopefully that business has to get done this week. And it's not just about the striker. It's also about, we talked about Mendy yesterday. Where does 40 fit into this situation? So lots to talk about there too. So anyway, smash a like on the video, get involved in the chat, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the Local Pundit, we are here every single day with your news and updates, live watch along interviews and things like that. Lots of good things coming in. So thank you all. Fantastic community we're building here on our way to 5,000. And also, if you want your Local Pundit hat, we have an Etsy account to get a Local Pundit hat too. There you go. That's it on there. All right. Let's get through a little bit here. Drew is first. Bruce is second. And Wolf just puts the, I don't know what that is. I think it's a soccer ball or a football. And Lexi's in the house. Good afternoon, everyone. And E says, what up? What up? How are you, E? Good to see you. Nick's fourth. Nick's five. Aaron's in the house. How are you? Hello, everyone. And Super Paul Mullen. This live? Yes, it's live, Matt Al. We are live. Yes, my guy. Am I alive? You're typing, so I think you're alive. And yes, there's only 5 days left of the transfer window. And smash the like button. The algorithm says, feed me like a pant from the Little Shop of Horse. Great 80s movie. Good reference there, too, Bruce. Also. All right, cool. Lexi, nobody can count. All right, so it's a couple things. Oh, all right, before we get to that, I want to do this. So this just broke before I came on. Jordan Tunnicliffe, get in, signs for Sully Hill Moors right there. Sully Hill Moors has just gotten Jordan Tunnicliffe to sign on. So good on him. We wish him the best of luck, and we hope he does really, really well on him. R.I.P. Josh LA team. I don't know what that means. They lost last night. They did. Okay. Yes, but to the fact that, sorry, I try to stay along and things pop up that catch my eye in the chat. I apologize. Jordan Tunnicliffe is in for Sully Hill Moors. They're in, I think they're in the National League North. I'm not too sure. National League North. So that's good for him. We'll keep an eye on how he does. So wish him best of luck and well for him. So good on him. All right, let's get to some of this here. As you can see, there it is. And the leader live has, it's good to have Paul Mullen back. Phil Parkinson said, and it is good to have him back. He came on. I thought he'd be on the bench. I didn't think he'd actually come on and play. We obviously won 3-0, which was a good victory. Good to get him a run out on there. Here's the other thing. I wish that JM did score for him to come on, and then he came on, so at least JM's confidence stays up. But having him back from the injury is a spark. The Paul Spark, by the way, those of you Transformers fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. The movie that is. But Wrexham star Paul Mullen made a comeback from injury. Yes, he did. Phil Parkinson admits it was a huge boost having Paul Mullen back from injury, but says Wrexham star striker needs more time to get fully up to speed, and he does. Listen, he is, 8 weeks behind everybody at this point. He's 8 weeks behind, so let's not expect too much out of him. Let's not push him too far. I had thought his first game would be the Bristol Street Motors game, but the other ones, him coming back, it's great. It goes on to say Mullen scored 26 goals in all comps, taking his tally to 105, which we know that in 3 years at the race course. However, the 29-year-old underwent spinal surgery in the middle of June, correct a long-term lower back hamstring issue, meaning he was absent for the start of the League One campaign. Yes, remember, this is a 3-year injury, 3 years. And he had said that he had got to the point where he couldn't even put his socks on the next day. So he had to do something. Maybe the timing is perfect. Now, because of the way we started the season, it's even better for us because, things looked things looked, we were a little heightened. Excuse me, I bit my tongue. We were a little heightened because what happened last year with his ribs getting broken, 4 ribs. We were a little heightened the fact that hey bud, you all right? Banks is behind me. A little heightened the fact that hey, how long is he going to be out for? So I'm so glad he's back. William Bowe says, okay, important. We don't rush Paul back but he did look busy on Saturday. I agree, Walsh. You were there. How was he running? You saw more of him. You saw his running gait. How did he look? Let us know if there's anything you want to talk about in the chat there, or come on and have your say. Made some physical challenges and didn't look out of place. He actually bombarded into one of the players too and got right back up, which is what we need him. We need to be strong. We can't have him diving this year. Okay, back to the article here. After sitting out the opening 2 league matches, Mullen made his return as a second-half sub in the 3-0 victory against Reading, which maintained the Reds' unbeaten start to the season. Say that. I mean, we did get beat by Sheffield United. Mullen came on in the 73rd minute, which rather early, to be honest. I mean, you give him almost 20 minutes there with the stoppage time. Parkinson is delighted to have the front man back on the pitch. He's pleased Wrexham don't have a game until Saturday's trip to Peterborough United, so he can continue building fitness levels. I don't think he's going to start the Posh game, my opinion, but don't be surprised if he does. We'll talk about that throughout the week. We will talk about it throughout the week and see how he goes. It's important to get Paul a little bit of game time, says Parkinson. You want to get that sharpness up, absolutely. Game time sharpness up. Obviously, Parkinson said, obviously, it was never going to be more than that because he knows he's got not a long road ahead, but he's got some work to do. But it gives us another week now with Paul, a tough week with him on the training ground, and see if we can get to those one step closer to being involved in next week. Going back to the summer when he got the news about the operation, obviously it was a big setback, but we felt it was the right decision. Paul missed a lot of preseason, but now we have a free week again to work with him. You can see each day he's getting stronger and he's getting sharper. When he came through, I thought he contributed great for us, and it's great for him because no player likes to be injured, especially when you're starting a season in a new division. Yes, that was the fear. We're going up a new division like we were last year. He was out. How long is he going to be out? When you say spinal back hamstring injury, I'm like, shit, he's not coming back to October. But guy's a great. He's obviously an athlete, and you hear him talk about just get on with it. Just get on with it. I want him to get on with it, but let's do it the right way. So we need to have him just be patient and get out there. Lexi went to say, I missed some of the other live post-match. Did we all notice a bit winded toward the end? Well, yeah, he's definitely not match fit for that. But yeah, good shout. Marie's in the house. How you doing, Marie? Good to see you. Michael Wolf says, if Moles has been playing with pain, imagine what he will do feeling better. Yes. Imagine what he will do feeling better. We got to get him service. We got to get the right players. Also, Dobson in the middle of the park, which is we kept Evans out of the field, which is crazy. So imagine what he could do. But again, it's about getting him back, getting him fully fit, and not rushing things. 18, 17 minutes, whatever he made, 20 minutes, even with stoppage, was great. Welshtucky said he was running freely with no obvious restrictions. He nearly charged down the keeper. He did nearly charge down the keeper. And Goopy Splat said Marriott deserves some credit for filling his boots. Marriott, yeah, you can't shun off Marriott. We need Marriott throughout this season. Let's say Mulls has a bad 70 minutes at some point during the season and JM comes on. We need him to score. We need JM to score. He's just sitting the bench. Obviously, Mulls is going to get the start, but we got to have everybody. It's going to be a full complete team this season that's going to help us go up. Now, I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I'll pull this down while we chat. I was thinking about that this morning about how, only Dobson has been the only player that's really gotten any significant game time. Ravon as well. Such a core team that is there. We look really solid. And it's going to go into the next article from the BBC. For the fact that, and we keep bringing this up, by the way, RIP Sven Gordarrison. That's really sad. 76 years old. Rest in peace, my friend. Hope his family is okay. But yeah, sorry, the side note there. Sven Gordarrison did pass away today at 76. So rest in peace. On going back to the team, we don't have the sexy, splashy signings, but I think the core of the team and what we're doing is going to be different. We just maintain just movement forward, maintain putting points away, maintain going away on the road and learning from a 0-0 draw against a Bolton side that is very, very good. Beating a Reading team, yes, under an embargo. We hope that gets sorted out too. But going in there and competing with their athletes, some good players, just these little things that we're just kind of like plucking away at. Like, okay, we're like little benchmarks, little three games at a time. Okay, that's a mini season. We got seven from the 9. So things like that. And I think that's how we're going to get through it through the season. It's going to be tough, but the more we get through the season, the more benchmarks we hit, the better we're going to be for our confidence and for growing this team. Now, again, this is a big week. We talked about it yesterday. Who's going to be pushed? Who's going to be pushed out? Who's going to leave? And who possibly can come in? And who's going to be on the 22-man roster? Like I said, is it going to be Mendy? Is it Ford have a place in it? I don't know. So those things need to be worked out. But hitting these benchmarks, what we're doing is valuable for us to stay in this league and progress and go up. I'm saying go up. I want that. So there we go. That's my 2 cents. I don't think he'll start. Rexy says, I don't think he'll start for another 2 games. Probably not. If he does, he'll be taken off soon in the second half. Possibly. I don't think he'll start either, but we'll see. Welshek is, as I was driving home post-match, we had the watch along playing for my journey. Really enjoyed the 3 Musketeers. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We try our best to not bore the crap out of people. Try to entertain. We're here to entertain. This is a produced show to entertain. Not, you know what I mean? We're not just here to make up the numbers. So awesome. Bruce says he's got some work to do. After 15 minutes stint, sounds like 20 to 25 minutes. No sub in at 65. He definitely has work to do. I mean, it's fitness work. It's getting him back. Sorry, just open up a liquid death. Here we go. Sorry about that. He definitely has some work to do. That's great. He's probably going to be. He's in, preseason form. Probably out there running drills. Running around getting his fitness up. He's great. Then he'll get match fitness. This is Mullen, Paul Mullen. So we'll see how that goes. It's gonna be a long run. It's gonna be a long run. Michael Wolf says we all want to see Jam and Moles together. Will Parkey ever do that? It's well talked about. Well brought up all the time. He likes it big and a little. Maybe someday we'll see it. Maybe not. Matt Al says Merritt's weird ability to run at defenders and not to redirect last second is so odd, like running a wall and not stopping. Yes, he is. Running a wall and not stopping. Absolutely. Okay, so going on to the things about Mullen coming back, about not getting ahead of ourselves, hitting the benchmarks. I wanted to bring up this article. This article here, which is in the BBC this morning, and there is. I'm going to bring it up. There we go. Bang. There is. Oli Palmer, who I criticized a lot during the preseason about how he's, we need to get, and I would say my criticism wasn't like a personal attack. It was like, I still think we might need an upgrade in that, but I think he's played really well. Whatever he's doing, maybe his mental space is better. At this point, we need consistency. He loves playing with Mullen, and Parkinson likes playing them together. So, I'll take back some criticism, the Dalby stuff. Maybe I got over my skis a little bit, but you never know. It's a long season. But here we go on Oli Palmer. Well, Oli Palmer says Wrexham are not getting carried away after what has been a positive start to League One campaign for Phil Parkinson's sides. The Red Dragons did win a 3-0 victory and sit 4th in the table, having collected 7 of the first 9 points in the term. But immediately after his side's convincing victory over the Royals, Palmer admitted his focus was already on Saturday's trip to Peterborough United this Saturday, and the club's not on the club's impressive August so far. You can't start patting yourself on the back. You know what I mean? So you gotta go, and you gotta just take these things and move on. And it's back to business, not just off the pitch, on the field too. It's like, great, put those away and let's continue to move forward. Palmer said it's a good start to the season, but that's all it is. We're not going to get carried away, and I know the coaching staff aren't going to get carried away either, says Palmer. Obviously, you'd rather have a good start than a bad start, but 3 games in, 3 top League One teams will be fighting at the end of the table. That's all it is. It's something for us to build on. We want to go back into training on Monday, which was today, and look forward to Peterborough away. In beating Ruben Sellas aside in North Wales, Wrexham extended their run to scoring the most home league goals, 68 of any English top 4 division since the beginning of the 23-24 campaign. That's a good shout. But Big L echoed Palmer's sentiments. The club will remain grounded after making their mark in the early campaign. Big Elliot Lee said, everyone knows we had a bit of an unbelievable preseason last season, but it was disrupted by the but it was a bit disrupted and organized, and it was probably the reason for the sloppy start of the last season. Wow, that's a shout. I haven't heard that before, but let's take that on again. A bit disrupted and unorganized, and that was probably the reason for the sloppy start to last season. I mean, I don't know. Did he say that in an interview? I don't know, but I mean, I'm reading it here. It's a quote from Elliot Lee. He's probably true there, and I believe that that did partially upend us a little bit. They came back and they were a week ahead. It's a week, and they started in the league, and I think we lost 5-3 or something like that. They came back this year, 2 weeks prior. Had a good trip out there, so that probably does come into big play. Those are big words, and I think we're learning from the experiences here, learning from our experiences last year, and also like having players like Elliot Lee and Mulls who have been there. Oh, Como scored. I'm watching Como versus Calgary. Como is my Italian side. I watch a lot. Okay, so I think that we're learning from our experiences there too, which is great. He says, Elliot Lee says, but this year we've had a brilliant preseason, really organized, and we hit the ground running, and we have 3 great results. Lastly, when teams come to this place, it's hard on them. Reading against Reading, I think everyone was at it, and we felt it out there, and we were at one with the fans, and we could make it really tough for teams coming here, and that's all we wanted to do. So. Good shout there, and I agree that if Elliot Lee and Oli Palmer and the managers and everyone, the manager and the coaching staff is all saying the same thing. You got to believe that's what's going on too. Don't get over your skis. Let's take on the fact that we're doing well and we're competing and that we're not being outclassed. I think the Bolton game was like probably the biggest test so far, obviously, because they're a really good side. Going away there, we gave up possession and we withstood a lot of their attack and ran our luck a little bit at times, let's be honest. But having Reading come to our place, what we do here, 13,000 strong, come on now, at the race course, how to have it. That's awesome. So, but lots to unpack, but also it's like moving forward. This is great. Mullen back was great. We did the ratings yesterday. Again, we're kind of in a holding pattern here, waiting to see what happens this week in regards to signings and what we're going to do. Players going out, preparation, getting Mulls back to fully fitness, which is great. So all those things are coming into play. That's why it's such a big week. Last one here from Parkinson. Parkinson said Parkinson hailed the work put in on the training ground as Wrexham made it back-to-back home wins in 3 league games. Unbeaten so far this season was due to hard work on the pitch. He went on to say, we dealt with their threats, but we exploited the space that we knew we would emerge. All in all, the lads have really stuck to the game plan well today. This is Parkinson talking after the match. Football is about goals. It's about scoring goals, getting bodies in and around the penalty box. Goals from everywhere is really important, but performances don't just happen. A lot of work has gone into the performance from the analysts, from myself, Steve, David Jones, Aiden, and the players, listening to what we've spoken about in the week and putting into play a really good style. You got to say, there hasn't been that much change to the squad. I said it earlier. This is basically our core squad plus Dobson in there. I mean, that's saying a lot. We haven't even embedded our new players yet. And I'm not saying we're getting even better or worse, but we are basically our core squad. And I think that we play well together. Some other teams like the Birmingham Cities have to learn how to play together. They brought in 7, 8, 9 guys. Rotherham, I think, brought in a whole team, for God's sakes. So we just have to maintain what we've been doing, and improve on that and go from there, which I think is what he's saying. Parkinson also reversed praise for the players not involved in the match of the day squad, emphasizing the importance of the dressing room, always there. It's a feature in Parkinson's 3 years at Stoke Carras. He once praised the character of the players, including the latest summer signing. The lads are on a high. It's equally as important that the lads who haven't played have been brilliant too. They're probably chomping at the bit. You think Scar wants to sit the bench? You think Rathbone, even though he was out with a little bit of a knock, wants to sit the bench? You think Evans wants to be on the bench? No, they want to be out there fighting for the position. I'm sure Seb wants to be in there too, starting every game. He goes on to say, although all through my time here, it's been through strength in the dressing room, and I think that's something we need to really be aware of. There are lads who have come in like Dan Scar, who's having to wait patiently for his chance, and Seb, who didn't play today, but their attitude around the boys and on the training bench has been brilliant, which is going to bring us points and bring us further through the season and do better. It's so important for us all and the staff to really value the professionalism and the camaraderie during the week. if you're going to fight, for lack of a better word, fight for the person shoulder to shoulder to you, that's so much just as important. It's just as important as being out there on the pitch. Coming out there, high five, the meet cute moment between Palmer and Fletcher after he scored the goal. He gave him a little bit of tips there. Those are great. All that stuff does add up. Getting the benchmarks, putting it up there. Those are things that are really big. He goes on to say, Parkinson was pleased to have. Going on to say. There was further case for us to cheer for Wrexham supporters as three-time back-to-back player of the season. Mullen made his first appearance for the recovering back surgery. Parkinson was pleased to have the striker, top scorer in each of the last 3 seasons, back in the matchday squad, but also praised the work of Jack Marriott, who Mullen replaced on the bench. There you go. Man management too. That's huge. Man management. Moles has worked hard to get on the stage. He's now got a free week of training on the pitch, which is good for us. It's been good to have him back, said Parkinson. Remember the Paul Spark? Yes. He's a great lad. It's good to have him back on the training ground first and foremost, and back on the bench today. But Jack Marriott worked tirelessly for the team again, and I want to make sure Jack gets plenty of credit. Good man. He's put a lot of effort in, and not just effort and intelligence in terms of the way he's defended out of possession and the runs he's made. He's making runs to try to score goals, and he's also, like you mentioned earlier, running at the keeper, trying to get it off his toe and putting pressure on that back line. And not scoring goals. Yeah, he possibly could have scored. He should have scored that goal. Let's see. The keeper made a great save. For I think it was the second goal. The keeper did make a great save. Maka hit the post. By the way, he skied for that one, and Elliot Lee was there to put it back in that. So you want to see JM score. That's the only thing I would love to happen is having JM score to keep that confidence up. But I love the fact that the manager goes out and praises him, because we're going to need that camaraderie. We're going to need him coming out there and scoring goals. So at least if he comes on late in games, Mulls gets tired, whatever it's going to be, I don't know. But I like the fact that he came out and did praise him. Our next game is against Peterborough, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Okay. So all this stuff is very, very important for the group. And I think we're going to go about it in a way where our team is together, and our team is together on the pitch and off the pitch. So the camaraderie is great. Goes on to say, I have a feeling Seb's going to start away games most of the time. We'll see. And Michael Wolf says, Parkey has made a point to praise Marriott in an interview when he asked about Mulls. That's very big, and you don't take notice that it was done on purpose, not in a way where it's like he's trying to cheat the system. He appreciates it. He's obviously a great manager. He's very personable. He understands what it's like to not play. He is filling in the shoots, the boots of Mullen, who is our star player, our star striker. So that's really, really important to happen. According to World Soccer Talk, says Marie from SoCal, unsurprisingly, League One side Wrexham is the darling of the CBS Sports. A total of 9 Wrexham games will be streamed across Paramount Plus through the end of September. Yes, 9 out of 10. 9 out of the first 10. And what was going on yesterday? They made a statement about the iFollow, about they're trying to get it fixed. Basically, I would say, where is it? I don't know if it's on the site. Wrexham said something along the lines of, let me see here. I'll find it. I know we talked about it yesterday, but I want to bring it up here too. Okay, Wrexham. They kind of passed the buck yesterday a little bit. Okay. There it is. Right. Where is it? Okay. There we go. This is happening. We talked about this yesterday in the Wrexham in the Sunday show. Wrexham and Wrexham AC and our streaming providers are aware of technical issues that affected the audio commentary on the matchday broadcast. These are being investigated and addressed, and we apologize for the inconvenience that has caused. So, for further information or refunds, please connect. Is anyone connected there to see what they said back there? I want to know. I want to know if there is if anyone's reached out and found out any information on there too. I'm not sure, so let's see. Barnett is stupid fast, like Bolton and Ron. Yes, he is. Bruce says JM was unlucky to not have the second goal. If they had cleared the goal after that, for JM, it would have been one of Reading's saves of the season. Yeah, he did make a good save for that, and unfortunately, he did not score. But we got it, and his head is up. We got to keep him positive there too. Marie from SoCal. Yeah, so that's that. The first 9 out of 10 are on Paramount Plus. I've been doing the Paramount Plus thing, even though I did pay for the iFollow. A little bit, I don't want to say a little annoyed at it, but it is what it is. Shit happens. You got to produce shows. How it works out, but they need to sort that out. They will sort it out. I honestly believe that what they're doing on YouTube is produced better than what they're doing on the iFollow. So I would move the pregame onto the iFollow. That's what I would be doing. I moved it from YouTube to iFollow. That's what I would do if I were them. Another good post right here, by the way, before our first 8 goals of the season have all been scored by different players. The last time this happened was 2013. Our highest home league attendance since New Year's Day, 1980. And there's more stats on there too. This is from the game the other day. So, but moving forward, yeah, big spark. There we go. There you go. There's some stats up there too. Biggest home attendance since 2002, 13,420. Biggest home league attendance since Preston's North End, 14,738. There we go. Wow. Last time Wrexham's first 3 league games of the season had 5-figure attendance, 1958. Last time Wrexham's first 4 games of the season had 5-figure attendance, 1958. Good job at both ends. Last time Wrexham's have scored 3 or more in our first home games, 2015. First 8 goal. Last time in first 8 Wrexham goals in the season was scored by different players was 2013. Last time Wrexham kept back-to-back league clean sheets, December 2023. And there you go, Wrexham holding. These are great. Awesome. Let's keep adding all these stats up and collecting them, putting in our back pocket. And hopefully we can grow on this too. And again, having Paul back, the Paul spark is really good. Let's just maintain the fact that we need to work him back in, keep JM on the pitch so he's doing okay. And Elliot, excuse me, and Oli Palmer needs to keep up what he's doing too. I'm really impressed with what he's doing. So good on him and good on the team. Wrexham was blaming EFL for the IFL debacle. Yeah, that sounds about right. Wasn't me. That's what they're saying. Wasn't me. So that's exactly what they're doing out there. All right, so that's the quick news and update, daily news and update show, what we're doing. Thanks all very much for coming in. Remember, tonight, 5 o'clock p.m. PST, it is the That's a Wrap show. We're going to go through with it's like a sports center, what we're trying to do, like a sports center match of the day type thing. Round robin going in. It's myself, it's Ken, it's Aaron coming in, and and Patty is going to be in there tonight doing that too. So it should be fun. Quick one, running through the scores, highlights, giving our thoughts on the games. If you got, I'm hoping we do that every week. That's what we're trying to do. So hopefully we can get to learn a little bit more about the league as we do it. But yeah, That's the Rest show, episode 2, I guess you could say, week 3, fun stuff. And if anything breaks, as you know, we will be live covering it here on the Local Pundit as we do, because that's what we're about. So subscribe, like, share, all the fun stuff, get involved, and appreciate everyone coming in on that, on the morning stuff. I try to be doing the morning show now. I've been going to day 2, by the way, of going to the gym. Wow, welcome back. Another thing I'm probably going to do as well, I'm probably going to be dropping these onto Apple, so that people can get them as a, so they can listen to my podcast a little bit more. But the shows usually work to like stream like this. I don't know how it's going to work for a podcast, so we'll see. But I like the visual medium, which works out for me. I think it's better. So, anyways, all right. Thanks all for coming in, and on that bombshell.